Today we are rebuilding Leeds United after
Leeds.
quite a ropey start to the Premier League.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, surprisingly, but they've had a lot of injuries as well. Their main players have been sort of injured as well, and so they've took a while to get them back into it. But I think they're slowly climbing up the league table again now.
Yeah, my friend at Wrestling, who's a Leeds fan, he still wants Jesse Marsch to be given more time.
Yeah.
For that simple reason, he thinks he's building something with the players that they have brought in the summer, and he would like to see him give a little bit more time.
He's one of those funny managers. We've spoken about him before, and I didn't like him when he first came because of the way he just dresses. He just didn't look like a manager, did he? I remember his first game just done a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and I thought, you don't even look like a football manager.
I knew him quite well from the Red Bull project. He's been around the clubs of Red Bull, so I knew the type and style that I was expecting him to bring in. But I didn't think he'd struggle this much, maybe because of the injuries, like we say. But this anyway, he's had quite a busy summer, bringing in quite a few players, including the likes of Tyler Adams from Leipzig, his former club, and Red Bull Salzburg, a couple of players from there, Brennan Aronson. Two American players, of course, we've seen in the World Cup, and Christensen as well. Some really good players that he has brought in. One of my favourites is Luis Sinistera, and of course we do also have Wilfred Gnonto, who is a wonder kid from last year's game. But I have also brought in some players. Now I have brought in, and the grand total when I have then brought in players took it above £100 million.
What a difference.
It is, isn't it?
Or over rebuilds, isn't it?
So Eduardo Sacha was the first player I brought in because I think one of the positions that Leeds are struggling with is that striker role. I've never used this guy before, but through just attribute searching, finishing, heading, and off the ball, I found him, and I think he looks quite good, to be fair. He is 30, so he's coming towards the end of his career, but we are needing him to take us to the next step.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not looking for somebody to grow with us right now. We just need kind of an instant striker. So we've brought in Eduardo Sacha as that striker role. I also think that maybe their fullbacks, I think one of their fullbacks got a long-term injury at the start of the game, so I've brought in a fullback on either side. The first one's an absolute bargain. How this guy, Pedrosa, is only about £4 million is beyond me, because I think he's quality. So, and he's only 24, so really good price that is.
Yeah.
I don't think the Leeds fans like Junior Firpo that much.
No.
So that's probably the reason why I brought him in. And on the right-hand side, I mean, I don't think he's as good on the game as what he is in real life, but Mæhle from the Danish national team plays on both sides. I brought him in from Atalanta. Again, for not that too expensive, £8.5 million. Same
good squad play, though.
Yeah, definitely, because he plays both sides and everything like that quite naturally. Okay, so tactically then, how I want us to shape up in this first season is a flat 4-4-2. 4-4-2s on Football Manager, they're kind of hit and miss. Sometimes they work unbelievably well, but what they do give you is good defensive structure to the point where I don't feel like you get battered in a 4-4-2 with the right instructions, whereas some of these fancy tactics that sometimes are used, you end up shipping in an 8-0 every now and then, and it can cost you your season on goal difference. So we've got a complete forward on support who will drop in as kind of like a 4-4-1-1 then, with the advanced forward on attack. But the wingers on attack, which is what Leeds do have, is Sinistera on one side. They have that option on both sides as that kind of support system for the strike force, with the box-to-box deep line playmaker in the middle. If I went best 11, obviously it's taken away Sacha there, which is what I don't want to happen, so I have selected him in as much as possible, but this is what the team looks like. Dallas is the guy who plays right back, who is out for 5 to 6 months. So that's the reason why we've got Mæhle to come in, but Pedrosa sticks in that left-hand side perfectly.
It's like Bamford, really. I mean, very unrated.
Yeah, I agree. Works hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what you talk to his teammates and you hear them talk about him, and they all love him because of the amount of work off the ball he does.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what players like Tyler Adams is also bringing into the club. Now, the only thing with this is doesn't give you any position for the other American that they've brought into the club, Brendan Aronson, who is more of an attacking midfielder. But I do think in real life he is far better than what Football Manager have given credit for, because there's a lot of 11s there. I'm like, really? Off the ball 11? That's harsh. Finishing 11? That again is quite harsh. He looks like he's quite a good player, and I think Football Manager have done him dirty here. So it might be a sacrificial lamb this first season, especially. This is what we're gonna look like, very similar to that. Now, how have we played? Because this was a developing tactic in it. I do think we are quite unlucky with the teams that we've come up against.
Yeah.
At the start of the Premier League season.
Chelsea, Man United, Man City.
Yeah. So a club who I do think... two clubs who I think are around us, ignoring the cup game, because to be honest, I think it's a fully rotated team that I played, or... No, maybe not. It was these two teams here, Leicester and Villa. We lost one and won one. Both of them were at home. The Villa one we won at home. Which I do think is probably the easier result out of the two. Leicester, I think, do give us a harder game. Yeah. But they scored 2 within 4 minutes with Vardy and James Maddison. So, okay, so it's not a great start because we lost to Man City, Man United, and Chelsea. But
you're looking at your next 6, 7 games. Goal. Next 6, 7 games is what gets you going again, isn't it?
And the ones we lost, all by only 1 goal.
Yeah.
So the 4-4-2 is what I'm on about, where I'm not getting hammered. So... We'll simulate this first season and see if we can survive at the very least. Yeah. As I don't think I'd be a very short episode if I didn't. First season then, and 14th place is where we are finished.
All right, not too bad.
I'll accept it, to be honest, because
we knew we were near relegation, so we were comfortable in the end, really.
41 points, we got to that 40-point threshold. 28 points was relegation, and Palace going down is quite a big one for me.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those teams on Foot Manager I think underperform. You do have overperforming clubs quite often on Foot Manager, kind of like West Ham this year. Erling Haaland got 44 goals. That's quite impressive, and yet they still didn't win the league.
I don't think that'll be far off this season, either.
No, not at all. He's been resting for 6 weeks. How terrifying is that? We are recording this just after World Cup has finished. We are on the Wednesday before, so I think it's like EFL Cup games tonight. So I'm excited because I think Man United's playing for the very first time in a long time.
And it's Man City, Liverpool tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, and Man City has just been resting Erling Haaland. He's gone back to his cryo chamber for 6 weeks and just rested while everybody else was.
As much as this hurts me as well, congratulations to Argentina for winning the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say it.
I'm going to say it.
All I'm going to say is congratulations to Sandro Martinez for winning the World Cup. The rest of them can get okay, let's go and have a look at the rest of the season then. Competitions, let's take a look. Third round by Southampton. Second round by Wolves, which we've already seen, of course. But the cups are not really that important just yet. What we're focusing on is getting Leeds up the table. Yeah. Getting them back into that like European potential spots where they were when they first came in under Bielsa. Yeah. And they were such a difficult team to beat.
They have actually been in 2 cup finals, European Cup finals. Yeah, they played in the Cup Winners' Cup in 1973 and lost to AC Milan.
That was when they were amazing, though, wasn't it?
That's right.
In the early 70s, yeah.
And then
Don Revie.
2 seasons later, he got them to the European Cup final.
Yeah.
And they lost to Bayern Munich 2-0. And I remember watching this game. Referee was very biased.
Really?
And I seen a documentary about the game, funny enough, not very long afterwards. And even Beckenbauer said that there was a penalty decision for Leeds. And Beckenbauer brought the player down. And he said it was a penalty. And then he also said that another goal that a goal that Leeds scored just after the penalty decision, class is offside. Never offside. And he even said that. He said never offside.
What was the final score, did you say?
It was 2-0 to Bayern Munich. But the offside goal, I mean, I can see why. Well, no, not really, because the boy hit the ball straight at the goal and it went past the keeper and into the net. But there was two attacking players either side of the keeper.
Yeah.
And they were classed as offside, but they were nowhere near the ball.
Yeah. In this day and age, it would have been given.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
But it was so biased, the referee on that game was unbelievable. Beckenbauer, give him his due, he turned around and said, it was a penalty and it was a definite goal.
Corruption in football.
That would have put them 2-0 up.
That's new information for me. That doesn't happen, does it? Especially with bad officiating. Never.
Yeah, even happened in this World Cup.
Okay, goals then. If we ignore Tyler Roberts, who is not even at the club right now because he's out on loan. So if we go like that, we are not scoring many goals at all.
No.
Rodrigo there with 11. Sinistera with 10, and that is disappointing from Eduardo Sasha. 6.3 average rating as well. Only 8 goals in 37 starts.
Not good, is it?
Not good at all. So
that's why it puts us down where we were in the league.
Yeah, definitely. And I look at that and I think we're lucky to survive.
Well, you got Man City, got one player scoring 44 goals.
Yeah.
How many players have we got to get to 44?
Exactly. Probably not even until you get down to the ones. I don't think before you get to that, because there's only 21. There's 29.
Did we score 44?
Yeah, exactly. Do we he even scores 24 across the season. Right, okay, so second season then. How much money have we been given? 49 million. That's not bad at all. No, so we are losing Luke Ayling, who is a right back, but of course he didn't play that much because of his injury, and bringing in Mailer, who has probably started majority of the game. So let's take a look. Right, Dad, we mentioned Patrick Bamford. I've sold him.
We're not scoring goals. We sell our main striker.
No. So mainly, he didn't actually play a lot of games last season. He was 30 appearances, but 22 of them were from the bench.
Yeah.
And he only scored 3. So, I mean, I expect a lot more.
If you reflect on the season so far, that's exactly where it is, isn't it, really?
£13 million is what we got for him from Wolves, and he's yet to score there from 3 appearances there too. So, I don't think it's too big of a miss, if I'm honest, losing him. But we've also sold another £26 million, Brendan Harrison. I mentioned him. He didn't get a game. No. He wanted to leave. And I was happy to sell him because we managed to get £13 million. I know we spent 25 on him, so it is a loss from last season, but he just hasn't developed into a very good player at all. And that's not Premier League quality player that we need to take us to that next level. A lot of other little transfers going out there, which is bringing in some more money, including Rodrigo, who scored the most goals.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Yeah, but again, he's 32. We didn't get a lot of money. He's not 11 finishing, and he was scoring our most goals.
Yeah.
This is the rebuild summer in the rebuild, isn't it?
I think we're rebuilding from front upwards.
Yeah. So, before we go too disheartening with what we have done, let's take a look at what we have brought in. Because
that's a good signing.
The first signing is Wilfried Zaha. We've pulled him away from relegation side.
Do you know, I always call him like a Marmite striker type of thing. You either like him or you don't.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think people like him unless he plays for your club.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate how good he is.
I've never met a person, well, I haven't met, I've never seen a player moan so much to a referee.
Yeah.
About any decision.
Yeah.
And it's never him who kicks anybody.
I've played with players who've moaned as much.
I've seen that.
Yeah. We used to call one of our lads ref because it's all you could hear coming out of his mouth. Yeah. Ben Washam. But there we go. So, anyway, Wilfried Zaha, he would be the ref in this club, wouldn't he? Yeah. Because I think, you're right. But £6.75 million. He didn't score a lot of goals last year at all, but he's probably not playing as a striker. In previous seasons, though, we know he has a goal in him. And he's got 1 already in the 3 appearances so far. It was a low-risk transfer.
I'm going to say he's a Premier League player.
Yeah. Low risk transfer. The only thing is the wage is very expensive, $130K.
He thinks he's something special, doesn't he?
That's true. But who have we complimented him with? Because there is a few free transfers as well, but the big signing of the summer was Salisu from Southampton, was securing that defence. He's probably one of the best defenders, I'd say, in the Premier League on Football Manager to pick up because of his age.
Yeah.
Because if you do buy him, you got longevity with him. And what we're also doing, Dad, is we're weakening the clubs around us because Southampton stayed up last year.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And we've pulled their best player away from them. So that's another club now that I'm expecting us to do a lot better than. £27 million. He was probably their best player last year. I think that's a great signing in the grand scheme of things. Max Aarons from Norwich, who is another right back who can play on the left-hand side. English, young, has potential.
Good young player coming through.
Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about maybe signing him as well, Max Aarons. You know, Man United's been linked with him. I think a couple of the top 6 have been linked with him. I think even Spurs was linked with him in the summer. So Max Aarons comes into the club. He's got a lot to like about him, especially those physicals. 17 composure, so he's good on the ball. He doesn't panic so much. And bringing him in for only £3 million is an absolute steal.
Started well as well.
He has started very well. 2 assists from right back. Very good indeed. But the 2 free transfers, Maynor Solomon from Shakhtar. He did play in the Premier League last season with Fulham. He scored 2 goals in just 19 games. I don't think he was given a fair try.
Running for us.
Definitely. 3 goals,
games,
2 assists.
3 goals, 2 assists.
That's
5 goals.
Yeah. So very good indeed from him, and he's a quality player. He's only 24 years of age. Really good. His natural position is on that left-hand side, and he cuts in on his right, but he can play quite well with his left foot. He's got a fairly strong left foot there. And the other free transfer is Jean-Paul Van Heck, who I actually didn't realise is quite a good centre-back that you can pick up on a free transfer at the end of the first season from Brighton. So that's the signings that we have brought in. I actually think it's a really good summer there. Have we changed anything tactically? Because maybe we should have. We've gone to this.
Yeah, you had to change it, yeah.
So 3-4-3. And I've chucked in some random crap in there. Have we ever used a libero, Dad? I don't think we've ever used a libero.
No, I don't think we have we?
But today we're using a libero. So the libero role, you mentioned Beckenbauer. Kind of similar to that, really. picking the ball up like a sweeper, but is allowed to go as further forward into a midfield position. You can't even put him on attack, and sometimes you'll be like, that's my centre-back in the penalty spot. But the libero role we do have in this tactic. We've got 2 centre defenders either side, 2 wing-backs on attack, a ball winner, box-to-box, 2 inside forwards with that attacking forward. I think we need to go more attacking and try and score more goals at the detriment of conceding less. And try and just score more than your opponent.
Definitely got to score more.
So, if I was to best pick the 11, we got Sinistera, Zaha, and Jack Harrison. So, Maynard Solomon's not even there, but he's been playing.
Yeah.
And he's been scoring a lot of goals. Pedrosa and Mela are the 2 fullback options. We haven't changed that centre midfield with Rocker and Tyler Adams. Struik, I think is how you say it, is the Belgium centre back. Also from Indonesia, also from the Netherlands. How many parents does he have?
Yeah.
So he's actually really good, to be fair, on the game. 6'3", young as well, good potential. So he joins. Well, he's been playing anyway, but he plays.
Good young side, actually. Isn't he?
Yeah, he plays that libero role with Robin Koch, great name, and Salisu on that left-hand side because he is left-footed. Another good reason to sign him. Yeah. And then obviously, I think now what we have done is we've got a really good backup. Bunch of strikers as well. We've got Tyler Roberts, who's back because obviously we lost 2 strikers. We've only brought in Zaha, and Maynard Solomon's more of a winger. So that's our options now, and I think we have built a better squad.
Yeah.
As you mentioned as well, we've got quite a good young squad for you Patreon members. Patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming. On the £5 tier, you get the save game file at the end, and Dad will be sending you a target. We also have an announcement at the end of this episode. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
You're going to be really excited and love this one. So, anyway, this is what we have got for the 2nd season. It's all green, baby!
Hey!
Southampton, we beat them.
When you conceded 4 goals?
Yeah, so Southampton, we beat them 3-1 after stealing their best centre-back. We then beat newly promoted Luton Town coming up. God, I can't hand it to them for Luton.
They're not doing bad at the moment in the league.
They're doing all right, aren't they? Yeah. A 5-0 against them.
That's the best one. It's 3-0 here.
3-0 against Man City. Now, that's not bad. I bet Ellen Road was going absolutely mental when that was happening, and Erling Haaland just cried. 3-0, because that's his club as well, isn't it?
I'm going to say, that's the team he supports.
Yeah,
well, he supports us, doesn't he?
He was born in Leeds.
Yeah.
The big Norwegian supports Leeds. Says he wants to win a trophy for Leeds.
Yeah.
Come on, Erling. Season 5.
Yeah, we're going to get it.
You just never know. That was our big announcement. We signed Erling Haaland. We haven't. Burnley 3-1, so another newly promoted side, and then we even got round to the cup. We got through.
We're getting excited again, but like you just said on the last one, we had all the odd teams and we lost.
We did.
We've only had Man City.
Yeah.
All the other sides you would expect to beat.
Yeah, you pick up a bit of momentum and you just never know, do you? Now we've got a couple of hard ones in here. One of them's only in the cup, but Liverpool in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And they're actually spread out, which is it's only rare here. December's going to be the hardest. Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal. That's going to be the difficult one. Yeah. Because even Brighton's a tricky game, and Wolves have survived, and they got a good side.
Brighton got a World Cup winner in their team.
They have, yeah. McAllister.
Didn't he do well?
Yeah.
I thought he was man of the match
really
in
good
the final.
Really good player.
Man of the match in the final.
Have you ever seen the picture of his dad?
No.
The most Scottish bloke you'll ever see in your life.
Was he white? Is he really white?
Really white, ginger hair.
Ginger.
Yeah, most Scottish bloke you're ever going to see. Which is amazing because he played with Maradona and obviously his son has played with Messi. So the conversations that they have.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Who's played with the best player in the world?
Exactly, yeah.
I did that. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I did.
Be crazy, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely crazy. Right, okay, let's simulate the 2nd season and see how we get on at Leeds United. Because at the minute, we're top. 2nd season, and it's a 6th place finish.
Ooh, that is brilliant.
69 points.
Joint fifth, really.
Yeah. Only losing out on goal difference by 3 goals.
We were only 1 win away from finishing 3rd.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, really, is it? Because we had better goal difference than both Spurs and Man United, so we would have finished 3rd with an extra win there. But that's not how it works. We finish above Chelsea, above Newcastle, who have all the money.
Hey, we're going over Man City.
And they go and win the league.
They go in the league.
Which is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what was the goals looking like this year? He got 41 this season. Big Rom Lukaku's back, of course, at Chelsea after his loan spell. Yeah. Jack Harrison got the most assists with 18 assists. That's very good from him, young English talent. That's a great season for us. Yeah. That's a very good season. Only drawing 9 and losing 9, winning 20 games is a very good target there for Leeds, finishing in 6th place. We've got Europa League football next year. You can be very happy with that.
Yeah.
How have we done in other competitions, though? Have we won ourselves a cup? Oh, runners-up of the Carabao. That trophy that everybody wants to get their bloody hands on.
Hey, hang on a minute. You just stepped away from the FA Cup, didn't you? Who knocked us out of the FA Cup?
That doesn't matter. We got to the final, and West Ham beat us in the
3-0.
final 3-0. Leicester won it last year. Now West Ham has won it this year. And Eduardo Sasha is coming back. He got 6 goals in one competition. He couldn't even get 6 goals across the whole season last year. He got it in one competition now, so very, very fair play. And got knocked down the quarters by Spurs. Anyway, let's take a look at the goals.
Leeds, as high as attendance at Ellen Road, is in the FA Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was, I was only 1 at the time, so that tells you how long ago it was. It's 57,000.
In the 1800s.
57,800 in 1967 versus Sunderland.
Oh, okay.
And I'm surprised that they haven't. I know this stadium's gone all-seater now, but I'm surprised with, in between those years before it went all-seater, that they didn't beat that as well.
Especially because like early 70s, when they was like Leeds.
I mean, I know the FA Cup going back, like, I've always told you the stories of the FA Cup. Like, it's always a big thing back, going back 10 years ago with the way it was on the telly and all that. But I'm surprised it was that long ago. Their highest attendance.
I am, to be fair.
Especially seeing I've been to a Leeds game as well, and the ground was absolutely full, and it wasn't seats then.
Have you been to Ellen Road?
I have, yeah. When I was playing for Argo Youth side, we went up to Doncaster and played in Doncaster.
Oh yeah, I won't go saying that out loud.
And we went across to Leeds for a game on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And we watched Leeds versus Everton, and Leeds won 2-0. And we were put behind the goal at the Leeds end.
Yeah.
And at the time then, where the ground came down like that, they had a fence going across the grandstand and
As they did back in the day.
And then there was a room for another 2 people to stand in front of that.
Yeah.
And we stood in there, but they found out we were from Plymouth. They just absolutely ripped us at shouting at us, screaming at us. Even the minibus that we came up got wrecked. It was kicked, punched, stones thrown it, because it just said, it was rent a van, but the telephone number was Plymouth. And as soon as they seen Plymouth on it, it was so. I mean, bearing in mind, we were all kids. I think I was over 15 at the time. We were all kids in there, really. We were shitting ourselves.
You horrible humans! How dare you?
Did we really want to go and watch a game? No, we didn't.
Right, let's take a look at the goals then. This is looking a lot better. We got 18 here for Sinistera, 17 for Will Sahar. Jack Harrison, 27 in total assists across the season with 16 goals.
Good.
That's hell of it. He's our best performer by a mile. Even Eduardo Sasha managed to get himself double figures, as well as Robin Cox. So really impressive stuff there. Max Aaron's got himself 11 assists as well. Great season all around. But the budget for next year to keep improving, 66 million. I like better. That. We're being backed. We are losing a couple of players, Liam Cooper and Diego Llorente, both of them centre-backs. That could be a position we have to look at.
But then we bought a couple of centre-backs, didn't we? So
we did.
That's probably why they want to be moved on, because they
haven't really played.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And they're 32 and 30, so
yeah, it is.
That ain't a problem for us.
Not at all. No, we can reinvest in someone a little bit younger who will improve the squad across the next couple of years. But before we get to that, today's video is sponsored by Manscaped. The video sponsor today is your ball's best friend. It's Manscaped. Because New Year's is coming, and you know what that saying is. New year, new balls. And I can help you with that resolution when you head to manscaped.com by using my code OMEGA at checkout. This gets you 20% off and free shipping, so why not pick up the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0? It's the perfect package for your package, because it includes the Lawnmower 4.0. Don't let your pubes get in the way of making the year 2023 your best yet, because it is engineered to give you the most ultimate groin and body trimmer experience. And are you finding with each new year that you're getting hair in some places you might not have got them before? Well, that's where the Weed Whacker comes in, a nose and ear trimmer, as well as the Crop Preserver, the best anti-chafing ball deodorant, keeping the grapefruits fresh. And with the Crop Reviver, it's there to leave them smelling fantastic for any surprise visits. Lads, your partner will love you if you use Manscaped. And if you're single, well, the package also comes with the most comfiest boxers in the world, with that Manscaped tagline to give the ladies a flash, and the Manscaped t-shirt for a little less discreet approach. So let them know that 2023 is going to be your year, and do it by saving 20% off and getting that shipping knocked off when you use code OMEGA at manscaped.com. You're welcome. Right, first signing coming in. Although Eduardo Sacha had a better second year, I prefer this guy, Yuri Alberto, bringing him in as our Brazilian striker. They've got quite a weird link with Brazil at the minute. Obviously, got Rodrigo. Yeah. They just lost the guy who went to Barcelona, of course, playing on the right-hand side. Now, I've brought in Yuri Alberto from Zenit St. Petersburg, £17.5 million.
He's hit the ground running as well, look.
He has hit the ground running. 3 assists and 3 goals in just 5 appearances, coming off the back of 17 and 28 last year in Zenit. So we know he can score a lot of goals. Yuri Alberto, but he's not the only guy we brought in. I mentioned we might need a centre-back. I have brought in that centre-back, 24 years of age. We have Matteo Lovato, Italian. I know you'd like that one.
I do, yeah.
Because he is an Italian defender. Yeah. So we brought him in. He's 6'2", £11.5 million. He's been around the Italian league quite a bit. This is his first venture outside.
Already as well, look.
He has indeed, and a good performance average rating as well at that. Not the only 2 signings we have made. Now this one, actually let's go to this one first. We have an American goalkeeper. We needed a backup goalkeeper for Meslier. Matt Turner comes in, obviously USA #1 goalkeeper right now, bringing him in from Arsenal. He will do a job for us definitely if Meslier
he's
can.
Not a bad keeper actually.
He's all right, yeah. I think he's all good.
Yeah.
For £9.5 million as a backup, that's not bad at all. But Matt O'Reilly, I remember when this guy was basically a free transfer a couple of FMs ago, and you could only really sign him for like a lower league and he would do a job. He's gone to Celtic, and now he's just like completely rejuvenated his career, because now he is amazing. If you take a look at his career, he moved to MK Dons from Fulham's academy. He played quite a good couple of seasons there. Celtic then paid for him from MK Dons, and he's had a really good couple of years at Celtic there. Developed hell of a well. Centre midfield, he's got 8 goals and 8 assists there.
He started well for us
33. 1 goal, 1 assist. Absolutely.
That's 3 good signings. They've all scored a goal.
Yeah. £20 million is what it cost us, but he does have some great attributes there, which I think, I think is quite good. Now, he is actually English, but he's also can play for Denmark and Norway, and it looks like he has chosen Denmark because he's played 2 under-21 caps, because he is still only 23.
Yeah.
So he is still really young. Okay, so those are the signings that we have brought in so far. We spent roughly all of our £50 million budget. Yuri Alberto was 17, was £60 million, 41 for the rest of them. So just short of that. So we're doing quite well for money, I think, considering we only brought in 4.7. And I think tactically we stay exactly as we were. Changing that when he got us a really good finish. Across the season.
Silly to change.
I agree. Our best 11, how different does that look? Because now Yuri Alberto would start up top with Wilf Zaha on that left.
That's his best position, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
This would probably be our best 11. And you look, Lovato comes in on that right-hand side with Struijk and Salisu. They've got a nice little partnership going, so you hope Lovato can also join in on that. But Matt O'Reilly actually comes in as a starting player.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I think this is a very good team. I think we can continue to challenge. How have we done so far? Let's take a look. Schedule, we've only lost 1 game. That was to Arsenal in a 3-1 loss.
I'll take that.
Yeah, we beat Leicester 4-2. Will Zaha got himself a hat-trick. Brentford 3-1. That was Matt O'Reilly's goal. Liverpool beat another big one.
Yeah.
Liverpool 4-2. Good result as well. Yuri Alberto getting himself quite a late one with Jack Harrison getting the 4th. Obviously, we lost to Arsenal, and then we went and defeated Southampton 3-1. Now, the Europa League, it's obviously down to the league phase, so it's not a group phase anymore. So we can take a look at the games we've got to play. Montpellier, Anderlecht, Slovan Bratislava, Lazio is going to be a difficult one. Fenerbahce is going to be difficult. Beersheva. Then we got Molde and Sevilla. 3 difficult games in that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, with Sevilla, Fenerbahce and Lazio, I'd say. The rest of them I'd expect to win, probably.
Fenerbahce is going to be a funny game. I think there's going to be trouble there.
Yeah, because of the history with it. Was it Galatasaray?
Galatasaray, yes. They were playing in the semi-final of a cup, I think.
Yeah, it's Champions League.
Yeah, and the night before, a Leeds fan got stabbed to death.
Yeah.
Didn't go down too well, obviously. The following day when the game was played, Leeds players wore black armbands.
Yeah.
The Galatasaray players refused to wear the black armband, and it didn't go down well. So you can imagine there was riots.
Yeah.
So going back to Turkey is not going to be a good thing.
Not at all.
So
it is away as well.
Yeah.
It is an away game. So that's probably not going to be great. Hopefully we can get revenge.
Yeah.
Win the game at the very least.
Who's the other team that Leeds hate?
Moving on.
Actually,
Man United.
I did read as well. Alex Ferguson used to hate going to Leeds as well.
Yeah.
Mainly because it was always an hard game, but he always used to say it's an intimidating stadium to play in as well, and they're right on you.
Very hostile.
Yeah. I mean, it always is against Leeds. Whenever because the fans travel as well, don't they? But he always did say, "I hate going to Leeds."
Leeds. Every time that I used to have a Argyle season ticket holder, despite what everybody calls me, you don't even support your own club. I did when I could because of football, but most of the time my football was on a Saturday, so I couldn't ever go watch, which is the reason why I supported Man United, because I could watch them on television. But when my football was on a Sunday and I could watch Argyle and I had a season ticket, Leeds in the Championship give me the best atmosphere ever at Home Park.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they filled the whole stand, and it was so loud for the 90 minutes. They did not stop.
The Leeds game was one of the best ones, and the Portsmouth game.
Portsmouth, of course, was a very good one.
They used to bring a lot of fans down as well for us as well.
Yeah, I agree. So that was definitely an experience watching that at Home Park. But yeah, okay, so that's who we've got in the European competition. Let's see how we do in this third season. Third season, 4th place.
Definitely take that.
Point above Man City.
Definitely take that.
Absolutely. So we're only just behind Man United there on 3 points.
We had a good finish as well.
Yeah. I mean, Man City still get Champions League football because I think now it's gone into the league format. There's obviously more positions opening up for the Premier League, which I'm not a huge fan of, I must admit.
Champions League is exactly what it says.
Yeah.
Champions.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
Top 4 has always been quite a thing. Now it's like, top 5. It doesn't seem as special, does it?
It's money, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. 34 goals for Erling Haaland. We don't have any players in there other than Tyler Adams, who's getting a yellow card, but it looks like their team did very well. And we knocked off a loss and a draw to 2 wins there, to bring that total up, which took us into the top 4. Fantastic stuff. It does also look like the 3 teams that came up got relegated by the looks of it. Sorry to see you go, Stoke. But let's have a look. Other competitions. First time in Europe for a very long time. How have we done? Round of 16, it had to be by
British side.
Yeah, and they're down in 10th as well. 1 position above Spurs.
Well, Man City made sure we didn't win any other cups.
No, they knocked out both the other 2. So although we got 4th place, they made sure we weren't winning anything else. Fair enough. Okay. But we got Champions League football, so I think, we can't complain.
I think that's a good season.
I agree. Goals-wise, Yuri Alberto got 42. That's a good signing, wasn't it?
Hey, that's a brilliant
Not bad
signing,
at all.
eh?
How is his value only like 35 million?
Yeah, come on.
That's harsh, isn't it? And he's only 24. Sometimes I just think the value, they just make it up. I really do. Wilfried Zaha is leaving the club. He did not want to sign another new deal. He's aged 32 now. He scored 22 goals and he's leaving us to join Montpellier. Jack Harrison had another good year, 30 goal contributions there, and Luis Sinisterra also did. We want to see the results in Europe, don't we?
Yeah.
Now, that massive game against Fenerbahce, we won in Turkey, 1-0. Yuri Alberto.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. We also beat Anderlecht 6-2. 5-0 against Montpellier. 4-0 against Slovan Bratislava. 2-1 against Lazio.
What was we panicking about?
Did we even drop any points in this? We did. I don't think we did. I think we might have even gone, 8 out of 8. And then we lose to Leicester.
Oh, and where did they finish?
Where did they? No, God's sake. So 20. I don't think we've done that before.
So Leicester would have played in another round because we qualified, didn't we? For the...
Yeah, they would have played against the position 24th, maybe, or 26th, something like that, whatever it is. And then come up against us right after and beat us somehow. Transfer-wise, then, we've only been given 35 million, which...
We're in the Champions League.
I know. On. Drop us the money or what? All right, let's see who we bring in. Now, after that very good start to his Leeds career, we have sold Manor Solomon. Didn't quite get the mustard once we had brought in some other players. Only 18 games, only 2 starts last year, and he didn't do that well, to be honest. No. We sold him for £21 million, considering we got him on a free 2 seasons before that. Good business, really, because then it brings in extra money for us to do some damage ourselves in the transfer market. And we started off by doing that by bringing another replacement on that left-hand side in Luis Enrique.
Another Brazilian.
Another Brazilian. Yeah, I thought I'd just trade in the Israeli for the Brazilian instead.
We're going to have to change our kit from white back to yellow.
Yeah, that's what it was before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is the reason why a lot of the time, and now is the same, their away kit is that, I mean, to this year, that's disgusting in my opinion.
Yeah, it is right.
Usually it's that iconic yellow strip that you remember in like the early noughties them wearing.
I've got a little story about the kits as well. When they actually started, they started off as blue and white stripes.
Yeah.
which was the same as the Huddersfield kit.
Yeah.
That's what they had that kit for about 34 years, I think it was. And then they decided to go to the yellow.
Yeah.
They had that kit for a few years. And then when Don Revie took over, usually it's an English team that sort of like favours why teams change their kits or have a certain colour kit. This time it was a Spanish team influenced Don Revie to change his kit to all white.
And I wonder who it would be.
Because they were winning European competitions at the time.
Real Madrid, of course.
Real Madrid, it was, yeah. But the interesting thing with the Huddersfield kit, though, is when on this computer then, when was Leeds formed?
It says it's founded in 1919.
They were actually formed in 1904 as Leeds City.
Okay.
But they were done for illegal payments to players. They were paying certain players to play for them. And they got caught out. So the league chucked them out of the league. So they reformed as, in 1990, as Leeds United.
Yeah.
From a little bit of help from Huddersfield.
Okay.
Huddersfield gave him £35,000 to help them, and with the kits as well. But they had to pay the £35,000 back when they won the top league.
Really?
Yeah.
What a weird little contingency.
I mean, it took a long time for them to pay it back.
Yeah.
But what a way. It was something to do with the chairman at Huddersfield. He wanted to help Leeds because they are very close. I think he wanted, from what I can read as well, he wanted to merge the two teams. But Leeds didn't want to, so they started off as started up again as Leeds United. So rather than let them fold or whatever, he helped them then by giving them the £35,000.
Yeah.
To help them form, get up and going again.
Yeah.
But then he obviously asked for the money back, but only when they won the top league.
God.
So
I wonder if he was around at the time.
That was a big chance that he was going to get his money back on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a gesture, really.
Yeah.
And that goes back to when me and you used to talk about the chairmans that coming in, buying their teams, their local teams, the teams that they loved.
Yeah.
Where now it's just big business abroad,
oil
like
money and things like that. Yeah.
So that's the thing with the kits. So that's why they got the Don Revie.
Ah, okay.
White kit.
With the Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Now, the last two signings that we made, we also brought in £8.75 million, selling Wilfred Gnonto. We've brought in two players for roughly £25 million each. The first one, Tyler Morton from Liverpool. English, 22-year-old centre midfielder. Really talented as well. Good vision, good passing. He's really good on the ball. You can see even his player traits are all around what he does with the ball. Switching the ball to the flank, comes deep, and he dictates the tempo. He's the engine in the playmaker department there. So that's what he has been brought in to do. And again, he's only 22, so good career ahead of him still. But we needed to upgrade our goalkeeper. There isn't many players who will do that around the world, but Gregor Kobel is the guy that I chose to do that. He is a phenomenal goalkeeper. Messier is good. This guy's better, and I can compare.
The USA goalkeeper as well,
yeah, he's only the backup though, isn't he? But if you compare the two goalkeepers, the green is Cabal. He's better everywhere else, look.
Yeah.
Unless it's matched, he is better everywhere else. And even on this one, attribute-wise, you can see he's far superior on this one. So you can see it is actually a better goalkeeper than what you have there. And I did find, considering his contract's another 5 years, he's only worth 10 million.
Yeah, it's weird that.
What's going on here with the valuations of on Football Manager? It's very odd. But there we go. So those are the signings that we have made. Tactically, then, are we being stupid and changing? No. Why would we? Very silly. I'm enjoying playing something different as well, to be fair, and it actually paying off and working. Let's take a look at the schedule. Been a little bit ropey because we beat Man United, the greatest club to ever have lived, 2-1. But then we lost to Southampton. Then we beat Everton 3-0, another very big club in England. And then we lost to Crystal Palace, who'd never won anything. 1-0.
I think they won an FA Cup.
No, they haven't. They've never won anything, Crystal Palace. Them and Watford.
I thought they had with what's it called?
No, we did a rebuild on them, Dad, and we had to win their first ever trophy. Look, they've never won anything. You were there. We spoke about it quite a lot.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Right, so the Champions League then.
They lost against Liverpool, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. And Man United beat them in the FA Cup where Pardew did that silly dance and looked like a twat. Now, the Champions League. Let's take a look at the game. Speaking of Real Madrid.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go. By the way, we've been shafted in the Champions League because we've got Besiktas, another trip to Turkey, away trip as well. Marseille. Then it's Real Madrid, Juve, Young Boys. Rangers. That's going to be an atmosphere that I'd love to see.
Oh, yeah.
Rangers versus Leeds. That would be amazing. I don't know whether it's a friendly rivalry or anything like that, but that would be funny. Bayern Munich.
I can't think if it is or no.
No, I don't know whether they've had any links or anything like that.
So Man United's friendly with Rangers, isn't they?
Yeah, and then Liverpool's...
Oh, Liverpool's with Celtic, isn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure with them, man.
Bayern Munich.
That's going to be
away.
That's going to be a touchy game as well.
And then Leipzig at home. Some interesting ties that we've got here.
I'll still be disappointed if we don't qualify.
Really?
Yeah.
What, as in the top 8? Probably not.
No,
definitely not. Okay, let's simulate this 4th season, find out. 4th season then, and we've got 4th place again.
Happy with that again.
Yeah, and this time we've actually secured it by quite some distance as well, above Man United there, who have finished 5 points clear from us. Yeah, so they also get that Champions League spot, but we get that top 4 spot quite easily this time. So that's quite good. Looks like Tottenham have won something as well, because they've qualified for the EC2, so that could be a cup competition. Yuri Alberto is actually close to Erling Haaland.
Point a season for him. Only 35 as well,
only 35. His career's on the downward. Maybe he should join Leeds United.
He's getting ready, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting ready to join us. Yeah, although he did get most player of the matches and the highest average rating as well. But still, he's getting ready to join us. Jack Harrison again getting 19 assists, which is a lot compared to 2nd place there.
Yeah.
So that's really good. Liverpool back to back though. That's not good for me. Competitions. Oh, 2 times in a row we are the runners up in the Carabao Cup. Hey, we got through. Round of 16, we were knocked out by Roma. That's only on penalties as well. Only on penalties.
He done us, didn't he?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It could be still Jose. It might be.
It's got to be, innit?
It might not be. It is Jose. Yeah. Of course it is. Okay, let's take a look at the league phase then. Oh, hello.
Hello.
We did finish in the top 6. 8 even. Can't count.
6. Drawn 1.
So we lost to Bayern Munich. We also drew to Juve, and then we won the other 6 games. We beat Leipzig 5-0. We beat Real Madrid 3-1. They'll be copying our kit next.
All about winning your games at home, mate.
Yeah, that's very true. And we went to Turkey again and won 5-2. There we go. So overall, I think that's actually another really good season there.
I think that's our best season.
Yeah, definitely. Yuri Alberto got 41 goals this year. Sinistero got 19. Luis Enrique got 14. Jack Harrison 13 with
double
27.
figures. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, 13 goals and 27 assists.
Not bad.
Season. Got to be.
Yeah, has to be. And that he's done that on multiple occasions as well, Jack Harrison. Really well worked. Okay, how much money have we been given? 42 million. We made it work last year. Let's try and make it work again this year.
Come on.
Okay, let's see and find out. Okay then, the first signing I actually brought in was a regen, so we might not use him a lot. We might still use him somewhat because he looks phenomenal, but for you Patreon members, you got to be using him soon because he's only 19 and he already looks like he could play in the Premier League, to be honest. Nikola Milosajevic. Nailed that. Oh my god. Absolutely incredible. I could be Serbian myself. I can't wait for the comments. Like, you ruined that name. So we picked him up from Partizan, £5.5 million. He hasn't played that many games, but he has already played 4 games for us, including 1 start. He hasn't done much with it, but he's playing. Yeah. So it's experience. But these next couple of signings, so we brought in Savio from Troyes. £32 million I spent on him.
Brazilian.
He is world class on that right hand side. Like, Jesus Christ, he is good. 22 years of age as well. £32 million. I think it's worth it because he got 7 assists in 5 games.
Scored 1 goal as well. So that's 8 goals we scored.
Amazing. And if you think he's playing in the French league, like Ligue 1, for a club that's relegation fodder, really, he is doing hell of a well and putting in that across a season in a club which should be relegated.
And look at his average rating as well for those 5 games.
Yeah, 7.94.
Brilliant.
Absolutely exceptional player. One of the world's best, and he is here at Leeds United. And another Brazilian.
This is one hell of a signing, I think.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Yes.
Phenomenal
I do like watching
player.
this guy play.
Free transfer? I mean,
come on.
Newcastle let him go for free, and if you think, we picked him up on the 1st of July, so that's the first day you can get him.
Yeah.
I was the only club going in for him. Mental. But the next one, nobody came in for him until the 15th of August when we finally signed Christopher Nkunku. Of course, he played for Leipzig last year.
Yeah.
We beat them 5-0, and he thought, I don't mind playing for that guy.
Yeah.
They look like cool guys. Let's play for them. So we've also signed Christopher Nkunku. He's still only 28. So what a team we've got now. This is unbelievable squad. Free transfer. He scored 2 goals in 3 appearances so far. Again, Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Gotta be happy with that. What are we looking like tactically, and who is going to fit into this first 11? We have changed. And I've kept it the very similar instructions, look, because it's still on the Leeds 3-4-3, but I've just moved around positions. So instead of, basically all I did was I moved the libero to a shadow striker and moved the wing backs back on a support role. Other than that, everything's exactly the same, I think. So what we're given now is more of a presence up front with Nkunku and taking out that libero position. How is it done? Well, schedule-wise, let's take a look. We have 5 wins from 5. We only conceded 3 goals.
Definitely happy with that.
Yuri Alberto got himself a hat-trick first game of the season. What a way to start the season. Getting the match ball on the first day. Love that. We then beat Man United 2-1 there in the 95th minute. Not bad at all. Nope. Arsenal, you know the Yuri Alberto brace. 3-2 against Fulham. And then a 5-0 against
That result
Leicester.
there is probably our best result. Because Leicester have beat us quite a few times in the last couple of seasons. Yeah. Especially near the beginning of the season.
I mean, they had a player sent off, but by then we were 4-0 up.
Yeah.
We were 4-0 up by the 20th minute.
That's probably why he got sent off.
Yeah.
Sort of get niggly, didn't he?
Get out of there. I can't be bothered with this. Let's take a look at our Champions League games then. How are we looking for this? Right. Let's move everything else. Copenhagen, Nice, Bayern Munich, first difficult game really. We've got Napoli there, AC Milan,
2 games left.
Real Madrid. Benfica's going to be difficult as well.
We should still qualify, I think.
We should, but we've only got...
After last season's performance, we should qualify for
Yeah, we've only really got 3 games where you'd expect us to win. Benfica, Napoli, I'd hope that we'd win. AC Milan, Real Madrid and Bayern, I'd take draws in. I think that's harder than what we had last year.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I've got an interesting little question, interesting little fact here.
Go on then.
Leeds were the first team in England to do something considering their football kit.
Numbers on the back of shirts, I don't know.
It was selling the replica.
Oh really? First one to sell the
Leeds,
kit?
Yeah. Do you know what company that used to supply the kit then?
Patrick.
No. Very old one though. Admiral.
Yeah. Admiral. Oh, do you know what? I was trying to remember what it was.
Because they were quite famous.
It's iconic.
Whenever you see an old English,
an
old Leeds shirt, it's usually an Admiral shirt, isn't it?
I knew that as well because I've watched a documentary on Admiral.
Yeah.
I just thought Patrick. I just had to be one of the old ones.
They were the first team to actually sell a replica kit.
Yeah.
They were also one of the only teams that I can ever remember, and I can remember seeing a lot of Leeds fans all of a sudden come out where they used to wear a number on their socks.
Oh really?
A little leather patches that come out as a tie up.
Little tag
with
to keep the socks up.
Yeah, with a number on their socks as well. And I can remember seeing a lot of little boys hanging around at the time, just buying them just on. I used to play against them.
Yeah.
With their numbers out, thinking they were Leeds players with their numbers on them.
Yeah.
Brilliant target coming and snapping necks.
That was the equivalent of wearing pink boots when I was a kid.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I remember I bought coloured boots for once when I was younger. My first pair of coloured boots. Dad just went, "Oh God. You're going to get kicked
I just
so
didn't
much."
want you to buy them, did I?
No, I bought a nice pair of green ones, and I got the crap kicked out of me. Oh, that was funny. Right, okay. Final season then. Let's see how we get on. Final season, we've got 4th place again on the final day of the season as well. So, yeah, we couldn't do better than 4th, but I still think what we have managed to do is build a squad which you think
when you look
consistently
at it,
Champions League.
We've been consistent. We've gradually climbed up and hit 4th twice. Teams above us haven't been consistent.
No.
So I think that's 2 good seasons by us.
Yeah. What else do you notice about this other than Man City being 11th, which is quite hilarious? What else do you notice about this? I want to see if you pick it up.
No, I haven't picked it up. Preston being in the Premier League?
There's going to be a funeral in Preston.
Yeah. They're getting relegated.
Oh, God. There's going to be a funeral in Preston. Check out the Blackburn rebuild if you have no clue what I'm on about. It's one of the most bonkers storylines you're ever going to hear.
And thank you for the comments for that to confirm the story that we came up with, because we just didn't believe it, did we?
It was hilarious. I can't believe it actually is true. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's brilliant. But anyway, Yuri Alberto has the golden boot for the first time with 29 goals ahead of Romelu Lukaku.
22.
Down to 22. That's half of what he had that first season.
He must have got injured.
Yeah, he's down in 11th. We can actually check that. We can see whether he has played a lot of games. He played 34. He started 34 games. So he wasn't injured that much at all. He missed 3 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's nearly scored that already, isn't he?
Yeah, he pretty much has. Who is the manager? So it's Luis Enrique, the Spanish manager. So from Pep Guardiola. Ex-Spanish manager, yeah. Savio has 25 assists, taking over the reins of Jack Harrison, and then going then some, because 25, that's easily the highest that we have seen so far. We've had a hell of a season here. Let's take a look. It would be capped off if we finally won a trophy. Runners up in the FA Cup.
And knocked out in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup.
I follow as well. Okay, let's check out the FA Cup first.
We got knocked out by Liverpool and we qualified.
Extra time in the Chelsea game. I really hope it's not a late one, because that would be absolutely devastating. 4 minutes left, and Robin Lemnormand has scored the winner there. That's really devastating. That close to an FA Cup.
Yeah.
Round of 16 then. We lost to Liverpool 7-3 on aggregate, so that's not good. The Anfield game really killed us there.
Yeah.
What about the league phase? Let's take a look. We finished in 13th, so I knew it would be a trickier one. We lost to Milan and Benfica. Hey, of all those games, we lost to Milan and Benfica. We drew to Real Madrid and Bayern.
That was the two we thought it was going to struggle.
Yeah, and then we won the 4 other ones. So Napoli, Rennes, Nice,
that's the 4
Copenhagen.
You should win.
Yeah, right, okay. We'll take a final look before we give our big announcement. 45 goals, 19 goals, 16. Savio, 14 with 35 assists. It's absolutely exceptional. Dad, what is the target for everybody who is going to be taking over this? You've got £46 million there to spend.
Win the FA Cup for me.
Win the FA Cup, okay? Because we haven't won anything.
You got to try. Yeah, you got to try and be consistent again and staying in the league or staying in the top 4 or 5 to qualify for the Champions League.
Yeah,
that's what I'd expect you to do with the squad that we've given you.
Yeah,
we didn't win anything, which I'm disappointed about. We got to the final of the FA Cup, win us a trophy, but I would prefer the FA Cup for Leeds.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Would do me.
Then, of course, Leeds fans, let us know what the food is like at Ellen Road. Has it changed much? What's it like? Do you have gravy on everything? Because that's apparently what you Yorkshire people like. Yeah. And now,
a bit of gravy.
Yeah. Our big announcement, Dad. You have been asking me ever since we first did a rebuild for Dad to do his own rebuild.
I'm going to do it.
We're going to try and make it happen. Over the Christmas period, Dad has quite a lot of time off, so we're going to try our best to get that for you. We're not going to give any spoilers who it's going to be. Were you about to spoil it then?
I was going to say something, but I wasn't going to spoil it, but I was just going to say something. But
go on then.
No, because that probably would have spoiled it.
All right, fine. We're hoping it will be next week. We are hoping it will be next week. There will obviously be a rebuild. We're hoping it will be Dad's rebuild next week.
It could be the first Monday of the new year.
Yeah, new year, new start. First sacking of the new year.
As long as I don't get sacked, I'll be happy.
Yeah, we'll see. So thank you very much for all your support so far and all your support during this year. And keep it coming for next year, because we're going to start off with a bang, hopefully with Dad's rebuild. We'll see you next Monday, maybe, for that video. Bye-bye.